Shalom Israel, this is your brother ISRAELITES from the Northern Kingdom, bringing some edification for you Negro, Latino, and Indigenous who are the biblical Israelites. Before I start, I want to give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Nehoshai, Barakatham, Rakakadash, that Yahweh, being the name of the Lord, not Jehovah, or God, or Yah, or Ahaya. It's Yahweh, the creator of all the Ancient of Days. Bahasham is in the name of, and Yahushua is the one you guys call Jesus or the Christ, English speaking. We give double honors to elders in GMS where we learn this truth. Shalom to the apostles, the bishops, and to the men down on the highways and byways, give the 100% truth. Shalom to you. And shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel, Labakar, in the Hebrew, the house of David being rebuilt as we speak. Shalom to you. And we give double honors to elders in GMS. We learn this truth. Shalom to the apostles, the bishops, and to the men down the highways and byways, giving the 100% truth. Shalom to you. And shalom to the speckled birds who are among the heathen nations that look like the heathen nation, but return to the house of Israel and are being edified by these videos. Shalom to you. The day today, September 7th of 2025, our hopeful year of salvation and the destruction of the nation of Edom. And this video is going to be speaking of how the elites are all wrapped up in satanic worship. And I'm just not talking about just the Rothschilds and the Gettys, and I'm talking about the government, the military. All these people are involved in the same thing, and that's how this Mystery Babylon has gotten its power. Okay? Remember, Aleister Crowley was one of the first individuals to be able to open portals. And he was talking with demons. Today they would call them extraterrestrials. But they're actually demons. Okay? But before I show this video, I want to declare the Fair Use Act. Okay, because this is not my video, but I am going to comment it for the lexic. Okay, so this is fair use is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody. Right, because I'm going to comment on this, and I'm going to be teaching the elect of the nation of Israel. And so you're not going to hear me say anything. You're going to talk to an insider who knows about this stuff. And this is from the brother Yeshaya Ale. Okay? So if you haven't subscribed to his channel, he's got a lot of interesting videos he brings out. So with no further ado, let's begin.
The branch of the CIA called MK Often, and this branch, that was their thing, was that they got into the occult and esoteric, pretty much kind of like the Honor Nurbe was the Nazis version. You know, they had several things like the Thule Society and Vril, but it was the Honor.
Right, so the Nazis were already doing these rituals and seances with the occult. Hitler was very big in this, and this is how they got a lot of the insight. They were communicating with demons as well. And so the United States later started doing this. The Intelligence Society, British Intelligence, the OSS. Okay, so he's going to be speaking about this.
Nurbe, who was really steeped in the occult as well as the Vril. But MK Often, I mean, they would infiltrate seances. They would send members into seances. They actually openly talked with witches, active witches. In fact, one of the most well-known witches, this well-known witch was Sybil Leek. This lady, she was so well known that H.G. Wells, Lawrence of Arabia, and Aleister Crowley all used to visit her back.
Aleister Crowley, okay, so there's that name being thrown around, which is a book called On Him the Beast, okay?
When she was 9 years old, her family was that connected. In fact, when MK Often was dealing with her and approaching her, she would tell them where the most active covens were, all the different locations of witches and covens all around the world. I mean,
Remember, this is a 9-year-old girl, and she's already has that power of the left-hand side, okay, which is extraordinary to even hear. But this man is telling you how it is.
Also, what was it, Crowley and several of his colleagues, they all worked with British intelligence. So that's another thing. It's like a lot of these people that are steeped in the occult and witchcraft and things like that and demonic and satanic rituals also have a lot to do with spies and spy agencies.
Okay, that's just Sean Familiar. Epstein. Remember, he was just a regular math teacher, and then all of a sudden he becomes this super wealthy guy, and he was doing all this for the Mossad, which is Central Intelligence for Israel. Okay, so remember, they're doing rituals, and they're talking to demons to find out where the secrets are, and vice versa. Okay,
she witnessed satanic rituals going on out at military bases, and she said that a lot of the people that are mixed up in naval intelligence, not all of them, but a lot of them are mixed up with the OTO, the Ordo Templi Orionis.
There was programming. They used military bases because they won't have any interference when they have someone on a military base. And a lot of my programming took place on a military base.
You hear that? A lot of the programming. Who's MK Ultra? Where is that run? They used to be out of Fort Bragg, North Carolina, I believe. But I believe they changed the name of the base. And that's where you get the psychic soldiers and all this stuff. Escuela de las Americas, which used to be a school set up for torturing in Latin America. Okay, these are all things, satanic things that these people are learning in military bases. Central Intelligence, and they're doing it in all levels of government.
I would like to talk about the fact that there are rituals done at the military bases also, and that rituals are not a cover. The people that do the mind control are involved. And rituals are very much a part of how they do things.
I don't know if you've read the book about Laurel Canyon. Have you read any of that stuff and looked into it? Oh man, yeah, the whole hippie movement, and I touched a little bit on this because people like Timothy Leary, who was big on promoting LSD and things like that, this was all part of the CIA and their MK.
Right, if you're not familiar with Timothy Leary, he was a guy, I don't know if he's a scientist, but basically he was a front for the CIA, and he was saying to tune in and drop out, right? And the whole hippie movement was just a facade because they were promoting acid, right? They wanted to find out what acid would do to the average people, and they needed test subjects, okay? Because they were doing this in the 1950s and going to bars and paying prostitutes to drop acid on men, and they would just act crazy and do violent things. They wanted to find out more. So the whole 60s movement is just a cover or a guinea pig project to experiment on the American society. Believe it or not.
Ultra as well as MK Often and all that. In fact, this goes all the way back to Edgewood Arsenal. And they needed a giant pool of test subjects. So they were using the American public as guinea pigs. They've been dealing with they've been initiating satanic rituals at all levels of government because they are trying to tap into these things. They want to make contact. It's no different than John Dee back when he was the person that worked for Queen Elizabeth.
On Wednesday evening, the Israeli and Ukrainian presidents gathered for an official ceremony for the unveiling of a new interactive memorial, Crystal Wall of Crying, by world-renowned...
Fast forward this stupid shit. Get to the point. Oh yeah, this is very good. This is very good.
For the unveiling of a new...
It's well to remember, and it's well to public to actually interact all the time. It's not something, I don't like monuments that you have the huge monument and you stand in the front and you look to the monument. It's just It's like you're voyeur. Here, you have to touch.
She's standing right next to Lord Rothschild. So what do you expect, right? Nothing but devils and witches.
You have to interact, you have to turn, and you have to, confront yourself with yourself in your own memory. So it's a very different way of seeing art and seeing the monument.
Okay, this, I don't know if many of you are familiar with this, but this is the day of September 9/11, and this is George Bush, and they're doing a ritual. Okay, if you didn't know, everything that's happening in this classroom is a ritual. Many people were not aware of this, but right now you're going to see this video, how these devils really brought down these towers was a ritual. Okay, so understand that.
Get ready to read all these words on this page without making a mistake. Look at the letter at the end and remember the sound it makes. Get ready. Yes, type. Get ready to read this word the fast way. Get ready. Yes. Sound it out. Get ready. Sound it out. Get ready. What word? Yes, yes. Boys and girls, sound this word out. Get ready. What word? Yes, still. Read these words the fast way. Get ready. Yes, play. Get ready. Yes, must. Let's read these words the fast way without making a mistake. Get ready. Yes, kite. Get ready. Yes, kit. Get ready. Yes, steal. Get ready. Yes, play. Get ready. Yes, must. Whether you're speaking, reader, or listener, open your book up to lesson.
Okay, and you can't make this shit up, man. You cannot make this. This is on video. But obviously, the brother put the letters, and he's showing you what they were doing. They were doing a ritual. And then they're going to show you when the planes hit, they tell them.
60 on page 153.
Welsh glade at Mountain Ash, the Gorset Circle had been erected for the National Estate of Wales.
And these are the Druids doing a ritual with Queen Elizabeth back in the day when she was young. That old witch was, remember, she's a witch. She was a high-leveled witch, okay? You're going to see.
To the ancient ceremonial and the age-long traditions of the bards is added a new note. Princess Elizabeth becomes an honorary bard. A few hundred yards away are the pits and colliery villages of Wales, but here for a little while the past and the present meet. Wearing the emerald green robe of the novitiate, the princess's name is added to the roll of bards. Druid salutes the princess, and Wales remembers yet another Eisteddfod.
And this is when she died, okay? Everybody saw this, but a lot of people didn't understand what was going on. So this is when this woman, Queen Elizabeth, died, okay? This is the ritual they're closing out. So that's it, brothers and sisters. But let's back this up with the scriptures, because all this has been written for our understanding. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? If the so-called white man didn't do this, who did it? Right? Who covered the faces of the ultimate judge, the Father and the Son, and made him into a cracker? Okay? If it wasn't them, who did it? Was it the Chinese? Was it the Arabs? No, it was these Edomites. Remember, they are the wicked. Let's prove that. Let's see. So we start here. Malachi 1 and 2. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith the Lord Yahweh. Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build in the desolate places. So they build up the Americas now, right? Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness. And the people, hear this, and the people, not a person, a race of people, and the people against whom Yahweh has indignation forever. Indignation, okay, brothers and sisters? Powerful words.
Strong's H2194. Zam.
Okay. To denounce, express indignation, be indigent, to have indignation, to be angrily, okay, so be mad, to express indignation in speech, denounce, curse, to show anger, everlasting anger, enraged, abhor, abominable, angry, defy. Okay, so the Lord has a righteous hatred for this race of people, whether you believe it, understand it, or not. So that's it, brothers and sisters. I hope you understand that these people have been sacrificing at all levels of this government, of this society, Mystery Babylon. Okay, so you have to understand that this is Mystery Babylon, the daughter, the harlot of all evils, and understand why the society is the way it is. Call halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Barakatham Rakakedash, and he that have ears let him hear. Shalom.